The NBA season has started, and I just want to talk about basketball, man. I just want to talk about the news that's been going on. Dwight Howard has been in the news, but for all the wrong reasons, and I'm not going to be talking about that particular news about him. But what's interesting about Dwight Howard is that there is somewhat of a debate, and that debate is if he's a Hall of Famer or not. And that brought me to other NBA athletes that are in the questionable Hall of Famer or not. And I'm thinking about Derrick Rose, I'm thinking about Rajon Rondo, and I'm thinking about another guy that I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. But let's start it off. Dwight Howard, is he a Hall of Famer or not? My verdict on that, I think yes. I believe yes. The only bias to people to say that he's not a Hall of Famer, to keep it a buck with you guys, is that recency bias. Because to start his career, Dwight Howard was the stereotypical center, playing defense, dunking on people, blocking shots, defensive stopper. He was all-time one of the best defensive stoppers, rebounding the ball, just physical. And that's what all you needed during that time when he first came to the league with the Orlando Magic. 4-time NBA All-Defense First Team, 2-time block leader, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. That is high regard. And then 5-time All-NBA First Team. And that was surprising to me. 5-time NBA First Team. So he was doing his thing when he was on Orlando Magic. Recency bias because he was in the league. The league shifted. Once Steph Curry started making those threes, once these guys started to prioritize shooting, that is when Dwight Howard value to the NBA kind of diminished. Now you see today's game that it's stretch bigs, shooters. If you're not a 4 or 5 that's shooting deep threes, you see Jokic, you're seeing Embiid shooting those shots, shooting jumpers. The league evolved, and that's why Dwight Howard is not valuable as for today as he was back then. And we're seeing it now towards the back end of his career that he's a backup center at best, But he helped out the Lakers win that NBA chip, and you got to respect that. He was a defensive stopper, and he helped out guarding Jokic during that Laker run, and he pretty much was stopping the big man. He was pretty much doing his job, and you got to give it to Dwight Howard, man. He did his early work during those Orlando Magic years, and he took the Orlando Magic to the finals, but he ran into Kobe Bryant, man. Kobe Bryant was lethal back then. And I gotta say, Dwight Howard was a Hall of Famer. It's just that recency bias. Honestly, I keep it a buck. And the league changed. The league changed, and if he was a shooter, things would have been different. But he was not. Then Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose, is he a Hall of Famer or not? Future Hall of Famer. MVP, the youngest rookie. The youngest rookie. The youngest MVP. Rookie of the Year. And only 1-time All-NBA First Team and 3-time All-Star. That's it. I'm going to keep it above with you guys. That's not going to cut it. That is not going to cut it. It needs to be a little bit beefy. It needs to be a lot more beefy. And he got that injury. He kept on getting injured. It wasn't that one instance that Tom Thibodeau kept him in too long. He got hurt like 2 times after. And I feel like that injury was bound to happen. He was landing wrong every time he was doing a hop step. He was dunking on people. He was doing too many hop steps. He was just landing wrong. So I felt like that injury, his ACL injury, was just bound to happen at one point. He was just landing poorly. Rajon Rondo. I don't even think I need to say Rajon Rondo, he's a Hall of Famer. I don't even care. F the stats. Everybody loves stats. Everybody loves that stats. F that when it comes to Rondo. Rondo was the guy. Like, when I first started watching, when I really, understood basketball, Rondo was him, bro. Everybody wanted to do that Rondo move where he does that back pass and a layup. Bro, Rondo, I love Rondo. That was one of the guys that I first tried to emulate. He was one of my first favorite NBA players. Rondo was lethal. A really great defensive point guard. And he won 2 NBA championships for 2 of the top famous NBA organizations, the Boston Celtics and the Lakers, and he played. He wasn't like a side character on these teams. He played roles on these teams, Boston Celtics and Lakers. I remember somebody showing on their poll, is Rajon Rondo a Hall of Famer? Hell yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, man. 4-time All-Star, 2-time All Defensive First Team. Man, Rondo was him. Rondo, I love Rondo. And then when Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett got traded, Rondo was triple doubling. He was triple doubling on the Boston Celtics, and I was so upset when Boston Celtics got rid of Rondo, man. He was him. He's a great IQ guy. And then the last guy, I might have to make my opinion on this on next video I do. Last guy, man. Paul George. He's my AAU days of playing basketball. AAU days, just playing basketball, bro. Paul George. I thought it was just me. Like, I thought I was the only one that was like, he was my favorite player. But looking at now, elder ballers are like saying that he was their favorite player. And Paul George, man, is he a Hall of Famer or not? Like, he had some great playoff runs. I mean, he had some in the Pacer days. He had some great playoff battles against LeBron James. But I want you guys, like, I just want to know the verdict because he's a little bit inconsistent. But I want you guys' opinion on if Paul George is a future Hall of Famer or he has a lot more to do. And if so, what more does he need to do? And much love. Let me know how you guys feel about what I'm saying right now. Put your opinions on here. And I'm out.